to directly connect creators and truth tellers with people who want to hear the truth, not the sheep-like masses that follow AOC and think that she's brave and she's Slay Queen when she wears a dress that says tax the rich to the richest rich people party that you've ever seen, the Met Gala in New York. That is our first story that we are getting to today, and it is absolutely amazing. But before we get there, please give me a like and a subscribe if you can on your podcast platform of choice. We have obviously a growing team here. We're going to be developing this podcast. We're very, very excited about it, and we're very, very excited to be bringing you finally the real news and important stories that you will not get from the corporate media. It's why we tell the truth, and we are going to tell the truth right now about AOC. There is nothing more vacuous. There is nothing more depressing. There's nothing more embarrassing in the modern Democratic Party fabric than the virtue signaling AOC at the Met Gala. It is the perfection, the personification perfection of the virtue signal, okay? So a virtue signal is really simple. A virtue signal is someone who isn't virtuous, someone who doesn't have virtue. They don't believe the things they're saying, but they're going to say them anyway because the message gets them kudos. The message is what they're trying to signal, but they don't believe any of it. They have never done anything that resembles the virtues of their message, but they're going to signal it to you. They're going to signal it to you. You're going to tell you you're a bad person if you don't believe this. It is the absolute definition of the modern Democratic Party. Joe Biden can go on and talk about how he cares about the safety of all Americans. All Americans. This is the safety that we are concerned about. All Americans. We want to care about your safety. Yet he'll leave hundreds, if not thousands of Americans trapped in Afghanistan. That's a virtue signal. That is the definition of a virtue signal. He doesn't mean it. He doesn't believe that all Americans have value. He doesn't believe that all Americans are even equal. He believes in discrimination and segregation and slavery. That's what Joe Biden believes in. Joe Biden wants to control you and what you do, and if you don't allow him to control your body and how your children breathe, well, then there's going to be some real punishments for you. You are going to be punished. Well, guys, that's called slavery. And when AOC wears a dress that says tax the rich, a lot of people are saying that the tax the rich dress looks quite a bit like the Chick-fil-A bag. Yeah, AOC, absolutely beclowned. What do you think? Do you think it looks like Chick-fil-A? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. There's the AOC dress on one side, and there's the Chick-fil-A bag on the other side. What do you think? AOC, Chick-fil-A? Is she secretly trolling? Is AOC trolling us? Is AOC letting us know that we have Jesus chicken is the best chicken? What is it? What is it? What is happening? I'll tell you what's happening. It's really simple. Democrats and the Democratic base right now, specifically AOC's constituency, they love to be controlled. Govern me harder, Daddy. Govern me harder. They don't care. They don't care. They all said, slay Queen, slay AOC. They don't care. It doesn't matter to them, the double standards. All that matters to them is power. It's why they say rest in power. They don't care about the double standards as long as their leader and their team is bringing them power and they can say, we won. That's it. That's all they care about. They don't stop. It's why I'm so frustrated with our GOP right now, who tweet snarky, this is hypocritical. Well, yeah, of course it's hypocritical. They don't care. What makes AOC a bigger fraud, Don Jr. says? The tax the rich dress while she's hanging out with a bunch of wealthy left-wing elites, or the lack of masks after spending the last 18 months as one of the biggest authoritarians, mask Karens in the country? That's what Don Jr. said. Ted Cruz says, cost per ticket, $30,000. Virtue signaling to your base while partying without a mask with the people you claim to hate, priceless. Guys, this is what is happening. Let's break it down. Let's do it in simple terms that everyone can understand, okay? Here's what's happening. AOC is part of the priesthood of communism. The leaders in communism are not communists. They're dictators. They're authoritarians. They've always been that. That is why Kim Jong-il had fresh lobster flown in every single day, and he washed it with Hennessy before eating it while his people starved to death in North Korea. That's why Stalin had a system of mansions throughout the Soviet Union, mansions and estates that would, again, have made many kings in many eras blush. Stalin banned private property ownership and then made all of his Soviet slaves, which is what you are in a communist system, you're a slave, because the government has control over your body. That means that you're a slave. Without bodily autonomy, you're a slave. We need to start messaging that. Stalin owned an enormous amount of private property and had acres and acres and acres of palatial castles to himself inside of a system where he banned others, literally anyone else, from owning private property. We could go on and on and on and on about how communism is merely you being a slave. And the master, AOC, views herself as the master, not having to play by the rules she demands you abide by. And if you're a good little boy, and if you're a good little girl, and you abide by their rules, well then you don't have to go to the camps, right? That's your privilege is your life. Your privilege is you get to breathe air. And we've seen more and more today that the authoritarians that run our country are viewing the air that we breathe as legitimately theirs and a privilege. It is spiraling towards one of the worst eras in American history when it comes to lack of civil rights and absolute communist dictatorial oligarchs thinking they're in charge. Now, lucky for us, we have some escape hatches here. But I just want to put a stake in the heart of all of these GOP wimps, these linguini-spined, weak-kneed little staffers from Georgetown that tweet on behalf of our GOP leaders. If you're watching right now, here's a message to you. Stop saying it's hypocritical. Stop. They know they're hypocritical. They're clout. These people don't care. Yes, it's hypocritical by design. You must understand, they view us as the serfs. We are the slaves and they are the masters. That is how they view the world. It is like a church. Guys, these are godless people. These are godless people. Communism is a godless religion. Read Karl Marx. It's not just Benny Bean Benny. Read Karl Marx. It is a godless system of government. The god is the state, and you will pay fealty to the state and its leaders. It is ultimately why communism fails everywhere it's been tried. They view us as sheep. It is time to prove to them that we are not sheep, we are lions, and we will throw them into the darkness. Thank you for watching. We are 100% independent news. Are you sick of being lied to? We certainly are. That's why we started this channel. But we can't do it without you. We can't keep going without your help. All we ask is that you click like and subscribe and share this video. It's free and it keeps us going, it keeps us growing, and it keeps us getting the truth out there to break the rotted corporate media infrastructure that wants to lie to you every single day, wants to corrupt your narratives, your truth, your story, and your very society. So support us by clicking like, clicking subscribe, and thank you, Patreon.